Welcome to my channel. On today's episode, I want us to take a typical look into the trending issues of Yvonne Nelson and Sarkodie. My submission, I have a submission on that, and that is why I am here. If today is your first time watching me, please, my channel, subscribe to my channel and watch other videos. I have already reacted on the song, Sarkodie song that he made to Yvonne Nelson. Try Me is on my channel, so please check it out and then also like and comment under it. Also, I have made a video on the replies Yvonne Nelson gave to Sarkodie on her Twitter handle. All right, on the Twitter page. Okay. Um, please share the video. It's very much important for me. Share the video. Let the video reach a lot of people, and also share your opinions and your thoughts. We are sharing opinions and thoughts. Whatever you think about the issue, share it in the comment section. All right. So putting what Yvonne Nelson wrote in the book and then what Sarkodie also said in the song together, this is my submission. So taking a typical look into the issue, I think first of all, first of all, I don't think Yvonne Nelson meant any harm to towards Sarkodie in whatever she wrote in that chapter 8 of the book titled Abortion. All right. So in the chapter 8 of the book titled Abortion, Yvonne Nelson simply narrated because the whole book is about the downside of your life as a girl growing up or as a woman, right from childhood, from home, what things, the bitterness, the pains, the hurt, the frustration, the depressions, all those things that she have to go through because everybody have the downside of their life. We have the upside of our life and downside of our life, everybody. But she decided to write a manual on the downside of her life and all the things. And I feel at the point in time, the abortion issue also was part of the pains and then some of the one of the issues that she have to struggle with, she have to deal with, and she have to go through pains and hurt through it. So that is why she need to share it or she need to narrate it so that to make whatever she's narrating complete because it is stages, growing up, stages in life. Every stage and at every point in life, the downs things you have to go through, the negative things, and then the things that she have to go through that she feel today, like that put her through pains and hurt. Those are the things that she talk about, and she cannot leave that one out. So in that chapter, she have to narrate the abortion and then the pains and the hurt that came with it, and up to today, the regrets that she's going through because of that. And also to advise the youth that no matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what being the problem, abortion is not the option. And she, even as at now, she regrets. And if time will go back, she wouldn't have no matter she wouldn't have taken that decision. So she only wrote it as in trying to make it look like okay, this particular point in time, this is what I have to go through. And the pains and the hurt, I have to bear it. And it wasn't easy. It could even take her life. So, I mean, if she's writing it to encourage any youth out there not to do what? To toe that line or that lane or not to, I mean, do take certain decisions like that. It's very much important that we understand. So this is basically what the summary, the whole chapter is talking about, the abortion thing. You know. She didn't like, she has really regretted. All right. But then the only issue here, or the only thing that she did in that book that has made that we are here today, we have reached this point, and everybody is talking about that chapter, is the fact that the person's name she mentioned, who is involved with that whole abortion situation, that person's name. If the person is not a public figure and is unknown, I don't think it will reach this height or it will reach this level where everybody will be talking about it. But because the person is Sarkodie and he's a public figure, that is the reason why I think this whole thing has reached where it has reached. So if you ask me, first of all, I'll say yes. In life, it is not what you do, but how you do what you do. It is not what you do. What you do is neither wrong nor right. But how you do it will either make it wrong or right. The same thing, somebody will do it, it will be wrong. The same thing, somebody will do it, it will be right. Because both of them, the way they did it were different, depending on how they did it. You understand it? So I feel, okay, this was the purpose of that chapter to encourage the youth, to teach or to advise any youth out there because she was a youth when she did that thing, and then also encourage. But then the purpose have been diverted just because of the name. So I feel she shouldn't have mentioned the name. She could have written or narrated the story without mentioning the person's name, and the story still will be clear, and the purpose that she wants that story to fulfill or will be fulfilled, and it will be well understood. If it is only about the abortion and then the pain and the regret of it, then I feel she shouldn't have mentioned the person's name. Really, yes, because the person that she mentioned is what have reached this level. I feel she shouldn't have mentioned the person's name. It's very important that we understand it from that point of view. Apart from that, I don't see anything wrong. And she did not mention Sarkodie's name also in the book to tarnish Sarkodie, if you ask me. She only mentioned the name because, okay, this whole thing that I went through, this is the name of the person that I have to go through it. It's a decision they both took. It's a decision they both took. But on the other hand, Sarkodie also felt attacked by her because she mentioned the name. But if you read that chapter carefully, she never mentioned any bad thing about Sarkodie. She never said Sarkodie is a bad person. She never said Sarkodie is this. What went on between the two of them is what she put out there. That when she was pregnant, she told Sarkodie. She realized that from whatever Sarkodie told her, Sarkodie wasn't ready. And truly, Sarkodie also said in the song that he wasn't ready. So that place, they both, it agrees, it tallies, it match. Sarkodie said in the song that yes, he wasn't ready. Yvonne Nelson also said from what Sarkodie said, Sarkodie wasn't ready. But one thing Yvonne Nelson did not, one thing is, Yvonne Nelson didn't reach I mean, leave it there. She said that she herself mentally she wasn't ready because at that time, she was going through a lot of things. So mentally she wasn't ready to host another human being. So even though she said Sarkodie wasn't ready, from what Sarkodie said when she had to tell Sarkodie, because at that time Sarkodie was even living with a mother, and Sarkodie the future was uncertain according to her. But she too, she made it clear in the book that she also wasn't ready mentally to host another human being. So it was a decision. Both of them were not ready, and they had to take a decision of doing what? Aborting. So it's not like the whole thing is not like maybe she brought it in to tarnish Sarkodie or anything. That is why I said if it wasn't Sarkodie, it will not reach this level. And also, if she had not mentioned Sarkodie's name, she could have still made the point she want to make clear without Sarkodie's name. Yes. On the other hand, if you ask me, I would say Sarkodie also, the song that he released was unnecessary, very much unnecessary. Yes, it was. Of course, it's business. He will make money out of it. He's making money, or he has made money out of it. Yes, because the streams is high. Yes, it's business. But to me, as a reply to whatever is in that chapter, it was unnecessary. Because when you read what's in that chapter and what's according to, I mean, it's so much unnecessary because exactly what is in the chapter that he wasn't ready. He also said he wasn't ready. So there was no need saying that. Yes. And Yvonne Elze did not rain any personal attack on Sarkodie, apart from the name that he he dragged through, he keep mentioning in that chapter. Because yes, he is the subject there, okay, which I've already said, like it was also unnecessary for her to mention the name. But Sarkodie also felt he mentioned the name so that she can use it to sell the book. So people are buying the book because of that chapter. Well, so he too he made the song. But in the song, I have problem with Sarkodie. Why am I having problem with Sarkodie? Women are weaker vessels, and no matter what, you have a wife. No one is a saint and no one is holy. So tomorrow, if you and your wife have public issue, will you have come and say certain filthy things about your wife? That your wife, when you met her, she was sleeping around with men, this, that, that. If let's say if truly she did that, will you have said that on a woman? No. I felt in the song Sarkodie personally attacked Yvonne Nelson, which is very totally wrong. He shouldn't have attacked Yvonne Nelson. How? He called first of all Yvonne Nelson a liar, that Yvonne Nelson lied to him. Undomia, men dadami. He lied, and also he said Yvonne Nelson was like indirectly called Yvonne Nelson a slut, a whore, a whore, that she sleeps when she knows her, he knows her, and then she and Vanessa were rolling together. She had a hint that Vanessa has been sleeping with other guys, and then there are guys on the line who have been sleeping now. So you are tarnishing her, which is I feel was unnecessary because Yvonne Nelson never said any negative or said any bad thing attached to whatever she said in the book when she mentioned your name. She didn't attach any debt on your name. The only thing she also said, which her bitterness or her pains in her head, was the fact that after you guys agreed on abortion and then you drove her to the facility and she had an abortion, after that, you did not call to check up on her anymore. You didn't even call to check up to ask her how the process went. You didn't. To the pains that she was going through, you were not there for her. And I feel no matter what, you are the one involved. You might not believe it, but at least do a follow-up checkup, no matter what it is. Yes, it is your decision, your right to believe or not to believe whatever you want. You understand it. But at least this is a human being. I've said this is what is happening to you. You drove the person to a facility. You yourself, you said it in the song also. So I feel you should have checked up on her no matter what until every bleeding and everything is over. Then you can, or both of you can find your way. But she felt you abandoned her to go through and suffer the pain. Meanwhile, it was your seed that was in her. And she have to go through that pain. And she felt you abandoned her. That is the only side that she feel like, okay. And that one too, she could have said it without even mentioning the person's name. All right. Okay. So I don't agree that you mention your name in the book. Also, mention Sarkodie's name in the book. Also, I don't agree with the fact that Sarkodie have to make that song. It was very unnecessary. And she did not attack Sarkodie in the book. Apart from, let's say, if she didn't mention the person's name, what would anybody say? So Sarkodie saying that she was this, she was a street girl, what death, she's a liar, death, and also saying men were sleeping with her anyhow and all those things. That was too low. That was too low. Of a man saying that thing about a woman, that if you and her had such a situation and she has to go through the pain of it. And today she's just narrating it because she's writing the whole manual of her life, right from a youth, infant to uh, reaching her 40s, and she has to add it to it, and you feel you come and say all these things, to calling her street girls, calling her names and all that in the song. No, she didn't call you any name. She didn't say that is your attitude. You were sleeping around with girls and then making them abort. She never said such. All she made clear that this is what she went through, and the man that she and the person went through, this is the name of the man. Simple, simple. And she never said you pushed her or you forced her in the book to do that abortion. She never said so. She said you were not ready. And she herself too, she wasn't ready at that moment. And did the decision. At the end of the day, she even said about the fact that since you are not ready and you were even having a fiance also you are going to marry, automatically, if she give birth to, she had to hide the baby because, and the same thing her mother have done to her, whereby she doesn't even know the father because whatever reasons her mother had, she doesn't know the father. She doesn't want this to be a reason where what she went through, the child also will go through because she knows that there's no way you are going to marry her, there's no way you are going to be with her because you have a woman at that moment, that plans are in the pipeline for you to marry. And if you marry that woman, how will she be carrying around that the child she's having? It will be difficult that she will public figure that the child she's having to is your own child again. Meanwhile, you are also married to another woman. And you see, so that means if she's not careful, she would have to be hiding from the child that this, she have to be hiding the father from the child. And the same thing the mother did to her, she will end up doing to somebody. She thought about all that. She felt like, no, okay, I'm not ready. I'm not mentally ready. And also because of this, I will abort. Those are the things she said. So basically, even in the book, you look at it, she even put it on herself that yes, she is involved and she in fact have to also take a decision because she wasn't really ready, even though you were not ready. So I feel the song was unnecessary and Sarkodie rather attacked Yvonne Nelson. But Yvonne Nelson in the book, I didn't see any attack. If she had not mentioned Sarkodie's name, this issue, I don't think it will reach the height it has reached. It's only because she mentioned Sarkodie name. And Sarkodie feels he mentioned the name to sell the book. Well, that is, you are not wrong to also think like that. But yes, the song was very much unnecessary, if you ask me. My name is AJ King. This is my submission, putting the song and then what everyone else wrote in the book together. This is it. Please share your opinions also and your thoughts about the whole issue. Put it together and let's, have interaction. We'll meet again on another video.